across the sea. Oh, the ties that thread and tangle tight, diplomatic dances in the cold moonlight. A step misplaced and the stage does sway, persona non grata carried far away. When walls talk back and windows cry, boundaries drawn under heavy skies. In the space between the said and seen lies a story that cuts unclean. Hold the ties that thread and tangle tight, diplomatic dances in the cold moonlight. A step misplaced and the stage does sway, persona non grata carried far away. Persona non grata carried far away. Sunsets and skies so blue, mountains whisper stories of dreams so true. From oceans roaring wild to valleys deep, a heartbeat of a nation that will not sleep. Save South Africa, rise above the storm. Hands together strong, a new world is born. Beauty in our hearts, let it light the way. Evil cannot reign when we seize the day. The people sing louder than shadows can scream. Together we're stronger than the wicked scheme. The soil holds our history, roots run so long. A melody of freedom, we're singing strong. They may curse the land with lies they weave, but we hold the truth in what we believe. Their crowns may crumble, their thrones may fall, for the power is the people's above it all. Save South Africa, rise above the storm. Hands together strong, a new world is born. Beauty in our hearts, let it light the way. Evil cannot reign when we seize the day. People sing louder than shadows can scream. Together we're stronger than the wicked scheme. The people sing louder than shadows can scream. Together we're stronger than the wicked scheme. The people sing louder than shadows can scream. Together we're stronger than the wicked scheme. The soil holds our history, roots run so long. A melody of freedom, we're singing strong. They may curse the land with lies they weave and weave, but we hold the truth in what we believe. Their crowns may crumble, their thrones may fall, for the power is
I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations, but it's got them hating. Thanks to all the rumors you be claiming. It's cool, I'm done with you, so they can throw you a celebration. You gon' hate it when you see me with somebody living better. I'm trying to tell you that me just doing me gon' have you jealous.
Hopefully the sound is working. Here it indicates it's working. Let me see. I had to stop this video from playing. Let's see if we still got, it's about 20 seconds behind. So hopefully the sound is there. It's not connecting here. This internet sucks here. Buttermilk big time. Had to fight with 3 different routers, finally hooked up to the third one. Can anybody hear me? Sound is fine. Okay. Thank you. I can't get this stream to load. All right, cool. All right, well, I only have so much bandwidth, so we'll try to stick with it. How y'all doing there? Good evening, folks. Thanks for the heads up on the sound. Welcome back to the program. It's Chris live in Parle in the Western Cape. I hope you're doing fine. Yeah, we are green. Good to go. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We appreciate your presence here tonight for these unscheduled nightly streams. So much going on. My day's never quite ending here, so it's been a busy day. Started my day in Longabon. From Longabon, I traveled up to Veldrift, where we had coffee with the Colonel, and we had 25 people show up at Veldrift on very short notice. And thank you to everyone who showed up today. Thank you to the Mybergs who helped get that thing going. I really do appreciate everybody who showed up today at that event. From there, I went to Piketberg. At Piketberg, I met with one of the viewers. He showed me around some very interesting things taking place in Piketberg. And then from there, I drove over to Citrusdal. And from Citrusdal, I made the foolish decision to drive up the mountain, down the other side, through the Cedarburg. I say foolish because what a crazy goat trail that is. I mean, the road's not even paved. It's washboard like this. And man, it'll rip the suspension out and rip your dentures out. I thought I was going to lose a couple molars on that. And pretty precipitous drop off the side of the mountain. But what a beautiful drive to get up over the mountain and come down the other side. And you go for a long time before you finally hit some coal tarred road. And then from there on, it's a straight shot down till you get to Ceres. Yeah, and from Ceres, I took a slightly different route. Instead of cutting up to the beautiful mountain pass that brings you down into Wellington, I went all the way around, which was actually quicker, and came down through Wellington to Parle. So that's where I'm at now. That was today. Busy day, folks. My schedule keeps changing around, so I'll get you updated on that. But thanks to everyone who I had a chance to see today. And thank you all for letting me know. Yeah, the lighting's working pretty good. This room works really well. It's lovely. I mean, it's a beautiful looking decor here. Nice spot. Rain, portable internet. What's that mean? Thanks, guys, for the birthday wishes. Oh, Mari Muller, is it your birthday? Let's see if I have access to my birthday cakes here. Looking forward here. Videos to show. Here we go. All right, so your birthday. So happy birthday. There's the birthday cake. Oh, look at that. There's Mari's birthday cake. Happy birthday. Cool. Reg Dodd. Hope you enjoyed our fine meal. Well, that road over the mountain, the goat trail over the mountain was not fun. I'm telling you that much. That is a pretty rough road, Richard Kuhn. You are correct. And I had an SUV. I was here last time. Excuse me, I got to sneeze. It's coming. It's coming. And it just blew my brains out. I was there last time when I visited Citrusdal to cover the road repair, which is still apparently still being done. It's kind of weird there. But I covered the road repair last time in Citrusdal, and I was going to go through that pass, and I decided not to. No one told me it wasn't paved. Well, I had a sedan. I never would have made it through there. It would have taken hours to get through there. So I'm glad that I went in an SUV this time. So good evening to you, Wild Bear Prepper, Gerhard Benada. So as Mike Kruger, welcome to you. This has been a very slow weekend for the channel. Views have dropped precipitously, I presume, because people are out on Easter weekend. It's Easter Monday. By the way, folks, if you haven't heard the news, Pope Francis has passed away at the age of 88. The Argentinian know-it-all, busybody, stick his nose in everybody else's business, has passed away at the age of 88. He will not be missed by non-Catholics. We will not miss him at all. I don't wish ill and wish his soul good riddance, and well, I imagine he's going to heaven wherever he goes, but not an evil person, an evil person. And I'm not sorry he's gone. Sorry. And if that upsets Catholics, I'm sorry. Didn't like your Pope at all. He's a busybody who stuck his nose in everybody else's business, and he's gone. Jacob says, Cunna wine estate belongs to a family member of mine. Cunna for the Bible. Okay. What's that got to do with the price of coffee, Jacob? Thank you very much. Yeah, he was woke. That's right, Thomas Lombard, and that's why he won't be missed. But he'll be missed by some Catholics who cry over everything. So, yeah, but he has passed on, 88. The guy worked to the end, though. I got to give him respect for that. I got to give him credit. I mean, he was doing Easter Sunday services yesterday, and he died on Easter Monday. That's insane. Liam Miller's back. Hey, pretty cold here halfway between Pretoria and Hardy's. Cheryl, it's your birthday too. Are you serious? Well, there's Cheryl. The cake's for you now. Let me turn it off and turn it back on for you. And there you go. And I've got a headache from that sneeze. So there's for you. And you know, on this day, we'll share something special with you. You know, I mean, this is always a popular thing to hear.
A fucking goat outside.
It's just a goat.
No, it's a fucking goat.
You can remember you had a goat on birthday. Arctic is back. Welcome, Arctic. How's it going, man? Obviously not in the air right now. EMR says, very evil Pope. Yep. May the Lord have mercy on Pope Francis' evil soul. Yep. Chris, no clock, no cat. Graham, I'm not in the same place. I move around. Toinette, welcome to you. Rudolph von Rooyen, like a Feria, okay. Evil Pope will not be missed. Yep. Saw in a video where the Pope allowed other religion statues to Catholic Church. Well, the Irish have allowed Muslim services to be done in the Catholic Church. It's evil beyond belief. Lindy Donhauser, how's it going there? We leave, okay. How's your trip going? Well, Arctic, it's going pretty well. I haven't looked at my credit card, though. That's I see that credit card bill is going to be like, wowza, that's going to be. But I haven't really been spending that much money, but I have been paying for accommodation. So, yeah, but I've just got to sort out the next couple nights. I think I know where I'll be staying with friends. And then the rest is taken care of for the next week or so as I travel around the next 3 areas. Then I've got to sort out my accommodation after that. So, yeah. Would you ban someone if they are not religious? Ban them from what? Orangutan. Ban them from what? From what? A lot of cycling over weekend. Okay, good. All right, cycling journey. See, you were away for the weekend. Kay's Garden, nice to catch you live. Well, I'm glad you're here. Dylan is back. Dylan was at the meet and greet. Thank you, Dylan, for being there. Strauss, welcome to you. Strauss. Died hours after meeting with J.D. Vance. Well, okay, that's going to start a conspiracy theory. Alan says, you're going to need a holiday from your holiday. Well, this isn't a holiday, folks. I don't know why people think it's a holiday. Everywhere I go, people are like, how are you enjoying your holiday? I don't know what holiday you people are on, but I'm not on a holiday. I give people my time, very generously of my time. I will meet with pretty much anybody, as long as they're not a racist. And I go out of my way to arrange my schedule to make time for people. Today, I could have simply stopped in Sarah's and been there at 3:30, 3 o'clock, checked in a hotel, relaxed, gone in the pool, did a little decompressing, you know, relaxed, caught up on my email and done stuff like that. But no, I pushed on to Pearl to get here and to meet some folks that wanted to meet with me in a private, informal meet and greet. So that's just what I do. Okay. No, Arctic, you didn't call it a holiday. Someone else did. Reg says I'm a workaholic. No, I'm just trying to do something what I think is very important. Thank you for the subscription. Wild Bear, I did miss your comment. I said hello to you, but I didn't say comment after that. Okay, Kurtz Verhoeven's back. Liz Wheeler in from Bluff. How's it going? Okay, Lorraine Bolta, good evening to you. Okay, I don't see that comment. So, travel by car from Cabo to Albertson today for racing. Oh, wow, Leon. Thank you for being here. Glad you made it. Okay. I'm looking for the comment. Daniel's here. We leave the dead rest. Well, yeah, that's fine. You can say that. But when they harm people, it's another story. Sorry, Colonel Chris, though you are many thanks. Family always first. Well, you're welcome, man. Thank you for the thoughts. Okay. Kids came back from the West Coast. They were talking about the 400 kilos of bad dirt road to Sarasota. Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, I was going the right way because the whole weekend, people were going the opposite direction. You know, they were either going up the coast when I was going the other direction. Now they're coming back from the coast to Cape Town when I was going up. And when I came down a route that almost nobody was on. So worked out pretty well. Norge Escobar, hey, welcome to you. All right, so we covered the birthdays. Thank you, Jacob, for the super chat. Got a super chat out of the way. Rebecca says, have you been to the Afrikaans Taal Monument, Pearl? Only like 1,000 times, Back when we did a live broadcast there with Phil Craig from Cape Independence Advocacy Group a couple years ago. Been there many, many times. First time I was at the Towel Monument was in 2000. Been there many, many times. Yep, it's just down the road from here. Beautiful, beautiful. And it tells the history of the language of Afrikaans, which developed from 7 root sources, including Dutch, its primary roots. But yeah, that's ignored by the bigots and racists. And there's Wild Bear Prepper. I see another comment from you, but you didn't say anything other than greetings, so I don't know what I missed. Anyway, come hunt in the bushveld, sit under 1,000-year, not a tree, and relax. What's relaxing? And Johan Smith just subscribed. Thank you for that. Hey, folks, if you're watching the program now and you're not a subscriber, don't worry. If you think people are going to betray or trace you because you're subscribed, we can track you anyway. I worked in the National Security Agency. Don't you think you're invisible because you're anonymous on the internet? You are not invisible. You can be found. So if you're on the internet, you're going to be found. So just get over that and make sure you have a YouTube account and subscribe to the channel. Do appreciate it. One item from Americanas. I do golf. And I used to hunt. I do golf and I used to hunt. Cornel Locke, good evening to you. Hand notes here. Let me get to some of the news and we'll get back to this stuff, folks. All right, I want to talk about some of the news tonight. I've got a video which will be coming out shortly. That video will be about Ramaphosa apparently is looking at 4 white Afrikaners to be the next ambassador to the United States. And you're going to hear in this video how I excoriate Cyril Ramaphosa and point out how uninformed these folks are. They are not reading the room. Apparently, they think that sending a white Afrikaner will appease Donald Trump. No. Hey, Donald Trump doesn't care if the person's white, black, blue, green, purple, yellow, or maize. He doesn't care. It has nothing to do with color. The ANC is so obsessed with this nonsense. What Donald Trump wants is for South Africa to stop being an ass, to stop undermining U.S. national security interests, to stop aligning with rogue states and pretending they're neutral. If you want to become a rogue state, then just become a rogue state. But don't deny that you're a rogue state. Oh, it's all about the ICJ case. No, it's not. It's all about the refugees. No, it's not. Pay attention to the executive order. It specifically states in there your chummy relationship with Iran in commercial, military, and nuclear arrangements. Folks, they don't read the room. They think that, okay, well, I guess we sent Ibrahim Rasool. He got Rasool. He's out. So then we'll send, Nkabisi Jonas, who also hates Trump, and, he's not going to get an office call. So I guess we'll send a white Afrikaner. That'll make Trump happy. What a bunch of morons. These people are not very bright. Rolf Meyer is on that list, and I wouldn't send Rolf Meyer. No, as is Martinus van Schalkwijk, who sold the National Party down the river. Not that I give a flip, but that's what he did. And then all for a tourism ministry. At least he could have got the foreign ministry. But nope. And then they've got Andre Snell. And there's a fourth one who hasn't been named yet. Yeah, so they think that that Trump will be appeased by sending a white dude. It's not about white dudes. This is the problem. The ANC just can't see the reality here. Anyway. Yeah, the problem is that even if you send an ambassador, that ambassador has to be empowered to actually do something positive. Folks, February 7th, Donald Trump suspended foreign aid. March, April 7th. We are approaching May 7th, almost 90 days, and South Africa is yet to send a delegation to Washington to sort this out. Why? Because they don't care. Heinrich Kanada, I suggested Tony Leon. Yep, I suggested Tony Leon. My kid would do better in Parliament, says Leon. I think you're right about that. Tony Leon, that's who I suggested. And not because he's the right guy, but because, it's the best choice you're going to be able to get. All right, so let's get to it, the news. Pope Francis has died Easter Monday, age 88. 9:45 this morning, Cardinal Kevin Farrell, the Carmelengo of the Holy Roman Church, announced the death of Pope Francis from the Casa Santa Marta with these words. Dearest brothers and sisters, with deep sorrow I must announce the death of our Holy Father Francis. At 7:35 this morning, the Bishop of Rome, Francis, returned to the house of the Father. His entire life was dedicated to the service of the Lord and His church. He taught us to live the values of gospel with fidelity, courage, and universal love, especially in favor of the poorest and most marginalized. With immense gratitude for his example as a true disciple of the Lord Jesus, we commend the soul of Pope Francis, the infinite merciful love of the one and true God. Director of the Holy See Press Office Matteo Bruni told journalists later today that the Pope's body would be transferred to St. Peter's Basilica on Wednesday so that the faithful may pray before his mortal remains. The translation of the Holy Father's mortal remains to the Vatican Basilica for the veneration of all the faithful may take place in the morning of Wednesday, the 23rd of April, 2025, according to the arrangements that shall be determined and communicated tomorrow following the first congregation of the cardinals. The Pope was admitted to the Agostino Gemelli Polyclinic Hospital on Friday, February 14th, after suffering a bout of bronchitis for several days. His situation continued to worsen, but after 38 days in hospital, he returned to the Vatican. In 1957, in his early 20s, Jorge Mario Bogolullo underwent surgery in his native Argentina to remove a portion of his lung that had been affected by a severe respiratory infection. As he aged, he frequently suffered bouts of respiratory illness, even canceling a planned visit to the UAE in November 2023. So that affected him. Anyway, the Pope has passed away, and now we'll do the Pope Watch. We'll get ready for the smoke to come out from the College of the Cardinals and try to see whom they pick. Anyone want to venture a guess on whether the first African Pope will be selected? Will a Nigerian become the next pontiff? I thought 2 cycles ago that it was time for them to pick an African pontiff, given the growth of the church in Africa. The fastest growing region for Christianity and the fastest growing religion in the world is not Islam, it's Christianity. And in Africa, it's growing in leaps and bounds, and especially amongst Catholics and evangelicals. And so, it would make sense that a Nigerian pope be selected. Will they do it? Will they do it? Wonder if we can put our names down to the Ambassador USA. Narendra. Don't know if you covered this yet, Colonel, but did you see the new employment? Yeah, I did. I'm going to have to make a video on it, but I need time to do that, Werner. Either I do the lives or I make videos. It takes time to research and make an analytical video. And I'm traveling, I'm going places, I'm meeting people, and people want live streams. So I'm trying to accommodate everybody. The only person I'm not accommodating is Chris. I don't think our president have the guts to answer. And yeah, I think you're right about that. The person is disliked because their actions will take a lot to stop being disliked. Yeah, exactly. Send me if the don't forget to like and share. Thank you, Liz. You bet the next Pope will be Nigerian. Yes, Gerard, that's what I'm thinking. The church has become woke anyway, so I think they will do it on that basis alone. Desmond Tutu for Pope. Well, he was Anglican and he's died, so that's not going to happen. Mike is in from Philadelphia. How you doing there, brother? Good to see you. Finally got some U.S. viewers popping in tonight. 509 people here. People coming back from Easter Monday. I hope you had a blessed and lovely weekend this weekend, folks. Yep. They haven't sent a delegation to the U.S. as they honestly don't know who to send. They also don't know how to react. I don't think they honestly care. Hey, Mr. Wyatt, hope you had time to taste some of the jams. Mr. Silver Tongue, who gave me some jams at the Bossa restaurant and had to get back to the flea market there. I did not get to taste them yet. They, along with many gifts, are in the car. However, I will show you one set of gifts I got in Hermanus. Is it here? Let me see if I can find it. I'll be right back. So in Hermanus, I was given several gifts. People always handing me gifts, very kind of them. So these are 2 T-shirts that someone had made for me. I'll wear the one. I don't think I'm going to wear the other one, though. But this is a T-shirt, one of the ones I'm going to make the brand for. But there you go. You've been rasooled. Reg says the best part of the weekend was meeting you. Reg, I enjoyed meeting you as well. Rasooled. Smoke in the water, fire in the sky. Oh, Garrett is falling back to 1960s music there. Yeah, you've been rasooled. Isn't that cool? That was from one of the viewers. And then this one here. But I don't think I'm going to wear this T-shirt because people will take it the wrong way. I may hang it up or something like that, but this is a pretty cool one. So here you go. Here you go. Well, thank you, Henny Lowe, for becoming a member. Appreciate it. So this one here, I don't think I'm going to wear that one. The dingbat doorknob one. I don't think I'm going to wear that. That's pretty cool, though, huh? You like that? Yeah, there you go. Rasooled. Yeah, that's what we'll do. We're going to call it Rasooled anyway. So, yeah, that's a pretty cool. Thank you to the person who gave those to me in Hermanus. I got lots of kind gifts this time. Not many super chats. Somebody gave me a super chat. Where's it at? It's in my jacket. Anyway, waiting for an email from the Nigerian Pope to send to my inheritance. Exactly. There you go. I'm the Nigerian Pope. Can you please send this money to the Vatican? Dear sir, just lived second, third, what? Invited to second, 14th and 7th, and things are moving. Christian Olafir, I received a similar message from somebody in WhatsApp. Was that you? little bit know-it-all. Likes them both. I like them both too, but I don't think I'm gonna wear that one. I don't know about wearing the dingbat doorknob. That's gonna. If it said I'm with the dingbat doorknob, and had an arrow pointing to someone next to you, no delegation go to the USA. I think it's a smoke screen. ANC doesn't care. Exactly. South Africa, racism, something run everywhere, but there are a lot of people who will not acknowledge that they are. Retha, welcome to you. Racism, something everywhere. I'm not sure what that means. Virginia Martens, welcome to. Leilu, welcome back. Irene Berger, Michael, the Shapiro description, dingbat. All right, no, Colonel, the WhatsApp message was from a day before his dates. Huh? Wear that shirt with a smile. Jonas might be arrested if he lands. You say, no, I don't think he's going to be arrested. There's no reason to arrest him. Oh, you mean for the MTN case? Well, if South Africa has a warrant and they ask for extradition, then yes. All right, cool beans. All right, so let me get back to the news. So the Pope has passed on, and so we'll be waiting for the College of Cardinals to come up with a new Pope. Also, former Springbok hooker Geese Pitzer has passed away at the age of 85. Born in Louis Trichardt on July 8th, 1939, he proudly represented Northern Transvaal and South Africa, played 12 test matches, and featured in the victorious 1968 series against the British and Irish Lions. His rugby career was cut short by injury in 1969, but his influence continued in the sport and his community. Beyond his achievements on the field, Geese will be remembered as a remarkable husband, father, and grandfather. His legacy, one of leadership, kindness, and deep love for the game and his fellow man. He endured profound personal loss last year with the passing of his wife, Rena, and grandson, Geese Jr., in 2024. So if you want to leave condolences, they actually have we send a WhatsApp to the number. Wow. So thoughts and prayers. Smooth skies and fair winds. Do you know that in 1859 a South African declared himself the Emperor of the United States? Joshua Norton was a San Francisco cult figure. On the morning of September 17th, 1859, a well-dressed and serious-looking man walked into the office of the San Francisco Evening Bulletin and without explanation handed over a document that he wished to see published. Intrigued, the paper's editors carried a proclamation in that evening's edition on page 3. At the peremptory request and desire of a large majority of the citizens of these United States, what's that? Emma's in Texas, thank you. Are you ready to adopt 1 million off for Congress? Sure. Happy to do it. I'm not sure I can support you all, though. At the peremptory request and desire of a large majority of the citizens of these United States, I, Joshua Norton, formerly of Algoa Bay, Cape of Good Hope, and now for the last 9 years, 10 months of past of San Francisco, California, declare and proclaim myself Emperor of these United States. It was in the paper, folks. Making this stuff up, 1859. Oh my goodness. Declaring himself Emperor of the United States. He also called himself Protector of Mexico. He even issued a banknote in 1875, Emperor of the Imperial Government, Norton I. South Africans are characters, man. They really are. They are characters, to say the least. Floyd says, good night. Well, good night. Sleep well. Depth of labor is sentenced the last, what's this? Just before Easter, I'm sure I have no idea what you're saying there, James Hardman. Pope Julius Malema. When the Pope died, a lot of altar boys. Okay. Good evening, Henny Pretorius. Pretoria on the 6th, and Joburg on the 13th. Okay, well, if you've sent me a note, I need to chat to folks about those things, okay? Charmaine Rousseau, hey. We had huge aspirations. Hot full bikers back. Scary thought that evening. You have to go check fences and make sure the gates are locked. I already done that, I hope. That's right, you can't squat on my lawn. Sarah, get wise. Pick a number, ladies. What's this about? I missed something. Didn't the 90 days on people understand? No, Retha, it had nothing. Okay. Gosh, guys, how many times do I have to say that? The 90-day freeze had nothing to do with the South African executive order. Nothing. Your order supersedes that. If they got their act together and put the program, otherwise they wouldn't be doing what they're doing now. They would never have started these preliminary interviews if the program was frozen. The reason the program was frozen, see, guys, you got to think. Why did Trump freeze the executive order? Why did he do that on January 20th to the refugee program? Because of Biden corruption, because the program was being misused, to evaluate the program. So if you're evaluating the program, you're not taking steps to advance it. So for 90 days, that program was frozen. However, Trump issued a subsequent executive order on February 7th, which directed the State Department to come up with a program for Afrikaners who are suffering from unjust racial discrimination. They had nothing to do. I mean, so many times I've said this on this broadcast. There's so many times, over and over again. And now I'm saying it almost every one of my meet and greets. Stop focusing on things that are not related to this. The January 20th issue had nothing to do, done and dusted. If they had their shit together, this program would have started already, but it hasn't. Okay? Nothing to do with the 90 days. Stop that. I have one viewer in here, not tonight, is not here tonight, who constantly comes back and says, the 90 days are almost up. The 90 days have anything to do with anything. Nothing to do with anything. Nothing to do with anything. So get over it. The 90 days are over. Are you in America? No, because it has nothing to do with that. Has the refugee program restarted for everyone else? No, because it was a 90-day pause and they haven't started again. All right? Daniel says, I'm safe in Parle. If you say so. I would have thought I'd be safe in Longabomb until the people that I stayed at told me that someone had broke in recently and stolen the printer downstairs. Blood pressure. Guys, relax. Most people were getting negative. Right. Thank you, Maze. Biden used the refugee program illegally to import people into this country who were not properly vetted. That's why Trump froze the program, to evaluate what was going on. How was it turned out? Well, Piquetberg was not a turnout. That was just a meeting with someone. It wasn't a get together, and there was no get together in Citrusdal, Reg. So I mean, I'm sorry if that was unclear. Neither one of those were meet and greet. All I did in Citrusdal was top off and drain the lizard. Topped off the petrol, drained the lizard, and then drove straight out of town. It's only Bordermeister. That's right. Dudes aren't welcome. No sausage fest here. Aretha says, just confirm, please. Did the 90 days stop for people halt? It ended on, the 20th, or yesterday, I think it ended, Aretha. Or maybe it's today. I didn't count the 90 days, but they haven't restarted the program. So for those other folks, but your program is not the same. Already put up a razor wire. Chris already put up, okay. What is the chance of sanctions, financial audits, and ANC political leaders? Well, I mean, Donna, who's going to do financial audit, and what would the audit prove? The ANC has to do audits. The government has to do audits on the ANC. I heard today someone was telling me that SARS and the finance minister are trying to stop the VAT increase. That doesn't make any sense. I didn't understand that. Okay, my chat is frozen. Well, that's not good. That's not good. How are we doing over here? By the way, we're not. You guys wanted me to shave? It ain't gonna happen, man. We are not gaining subscribers fast enough. My pace of subscribers is fallen off the charts. It's slowed down tremendously since I came to South Africa. People are not coming, so not going to be cutting the beard. They give stories now because they do not see a movement is quiet. They must breathe and relax. Exactly, Corey. The wheels of government, like any country, turn slowly. That's correct. Biden did a lot of damage. He did. Everything he used is contaminated, needs to be cleaned. Exactly right. Some people keep asking the same question over and over again. So, okay. All right. Reith, I wasn't responding to you. No. I was responding to a question that happened in person. Relax. That wasn't directed to you. A lot of people don't do okay. We're all patient now to figure out the reasonable dates. All right. Okay. So, I see South African support Hamas banner in the Cape. I did. Someone showed me that image. It was pretty nasty. Thank you for, what was that? Was that a super chat? Jan van Vollenhoven just super chatted 70 rands. Thank you. Would the program take longer than, say, 4 months per day? Opinion, how long do you think it would take till the program starts? Maybe just hearing your opinion would ease some minds. Well, I mean, it would just be pure speculation. I have no basis. Maybe I can find out more. And then Arctic just says SARS stated they don't They don't need the VAT increase. They need the power to go after non-taxpayers. Okay. All right. Thank you for that. And then there was something to it, Artie. So they want to go after Shabin, Spazas, and ANC League. Well, yeah. Well, that's telling the truth, and that's not going to fly in South Africa. You can't tell the truth. No, as far as so, Jan, do you want me to speculate? I mean, it'd just be a speculation. I mean, I have no basis to go on there. I mean, I could make a speculation, but it's not really going to serve anybody's interest here. There has been sufficient time to develop a program. We already have existing law. We already have mechanisms in place and how this works. We already know how it works. We don't need more. So the fact that it hasn't been done yet is a little bit disappointing. Yeah. So, the New York Times tried to beat everyone to the punch by claiming the program would be available in mid-April. Today is April 21st. Do you see a program? No. They said it would be released in mid-April. That was the 15th. Let's give them 15th to 20th. Give them 5 days fudge room. Still past that. Yep. Rita says, okie dokie. Okay. Yeah, don't take offense. That wasn't direct to you. I was asked that question 3 times in the past 24 hours in person. So that's why when you wrote that, it just made me think about the question that came to me. Will all white South Africans get refugee status or only those? Well, Ian, YouTubian, no white South Africans are getting refugee status. No white South Africans. The order says nothing about white people. Arctic, got my IRS refund. Really? I haven't got mine yet. I don't think I've got mine yet. I should be getting mine in my, I forgot about my refunds. Yeah, that's a little bit of coin there. I can use that money, pay for these flights. No, the executive order says nothing about white people. Nothing. You're inferring something that doesn't exist. So, I don't know what to tell you on that. Doesn't say anything about white people. It says Afrikaners. Are Afrikaners white? Not all of them. We have to wait and see what the government says. Caroline says the beard's my trademark. It is, I suppose, but it makes me look a lot older than I am. Not happy campers here. Arctic got his refund. Cool beans. So he just got his IRS refund. It must have been pretty small because he only gave 40 Rand. Yeah, so I'm sorry, Ian YouTubian. We don't know if it's going to include other white South Africans because that's not what the order says. If you read the order as it's written, it would say no. But I mean, that's a very complicated situation. You have all kinds of situations, so let me, Len Crow 14, we need to relax people on the program. Exactly. Thank you, Len. So let me just put it this way. So I mentioned in one of my meet greets, I said, okay, if you're a Boermeisie and you're foolish enough to marry an Englishman, okay, all right, and have kids with that Englishman, all right, but you're still not Afrikaner and you're still suffering from unjust racial discrimination. So if you apply to come to the States, they aren't going to split your nuclear family up. They aren't going to say your spouse, because he's English and your kids are half English, have to stay. They're going to take your entire family. So that Englishman is going to get out of here, courtesy of your Afrikanerdom, and your half Afrikaner kids get to go with you. So, I mean, there's all kinds of different machinations. I mean, if you're white and you're married to a color and your kids are colored, well, you're an Afrikaner. You qualify. So do your kids. So guys, you need to take a chill pill, relax, because no one has the answer to the questions you're asking. I'm the one person that's been honest with you about this. Other people will feed you a line of horse crap. I'm telling you the truth. We don't know, and we won't know until the government defines what that is. If I defined it, it would be something very specific. Anyway, so, need to just, it's Easter Monday. Relax. You're not going anywhere tomorrow anyway. Sean Eastman said, I'm looking for a wife. There you go, Sean. Sean, if you're in the States, you might get some takers, brother. Preferential procurement policy framework is discrimination. True, Tomahawk. That's what happens when you file early. Well, yeah. I need to pay my credit card here. I wish I could pay it here. You can't get a bank account here unless you have a work permit, apparently. I didn't know that. Someone told me that. Elena Solomon, first time. Welcome, Elena. Goeienaand. How are you doing this evening? Everybody here knows, Jack, about my drinking expenses. I mean, business expenses. So Arctic has super chatted 40 Rand. Am I in Pretoria this week? No. I won't be in Pretoria until May 3rd. May 3rd. Still got some time before I get to Pretoria. Mercedes-Benz trying to pull. No, I didn't see that, Steve. That wasn't in the news. Where did you find that news at? I looked in the news before I got here. I'm not surprised. BMW might even consider pulling out of here. They lost their whole advantage. The AGOA is a big reason why they were here. And I missed something there. Hank von Oswegen says, nice to meet you at Bosa. Well, if your program starts, will it continue until it's revoked, or would it be a specific time period? Okay, again, you're asking answers there's no answer to, Hank, but I will tell you the straight up answer. The refugee program, once it starts for a specific group of people, in this case, Afrikaners, it will continue until the conditions change. People who flee from war, if the war ends, then they're no longer granted refugee status. There's no reason to give it to them. So Simon Christoph says, do you have any updates on the numbers of those Afrikaners? I do not. I do not, because the Chamber of Commerce has exited that business. The Amerikaners have not given me an update. Last I heard it was 30,000. I suspect it might be more. And I have not got an update from what's going on in the embassy. I am, however, may have some more information soon. But I'm reaching out to a few folks, but I have no update on the numbers. So, but I don't think we don't really need an update. We know there's massive interest. So tonight I met with a family, and I think they were here earlier. I don't know if they're still here, but that family told me that in their neighborhood, because they live in Pearl, nobody's talking about this. People are very quiet about it. They're just kind of gone quiet on it. Well, there's a lot of Afrikaners who've gone quiet who are interested, and we'll just leave it at that and see what happens when the crap hits the fan. Yes, speculation is a dangerous thing. You notice I didn't dive into that pool. Sometimes I will, but that's not what I can do, because people have hopes and dreams. And if I sit here and tell you that this is going to happen on this date without any information based on my best analysis, and I'm wrong, then people are going to be pissed off at me. Well, Wyatt told us this. Wyatt said this. Wyatt promised this. No, I didn't. So I'm not going to wade into that pool. I'm not going to wade in that pool. A bit vague from my side. You summed it up brilliant, and I'll keep following your research. Well, thank you, Ian. There you go. So there you go. Arctic says, I'm not in Pretoria this week. Sorry, brother. Okay. Suti all the way, but my wife is Afrikaans, says real Wesley Smith. So there you go. You can get in. Refugee program is like a Christmas present. You only know what's inside. That's right. It could be a new car, keys to a new car. It could be a lump of coal. The girls are chatting you up, Colonel, especially the Border Mice. Where? I don't see anything for any Border Mice here. What are you talking about? First from Western Cape said, it'd be funny if refugees leave for the U.S. before you do, Chris. Well, I dare you. I double dare you. If you're going to be in the refugee program, I dare you to get home before I do. Shawnee, what's the fine adventure non-business thing you're going to do next? Well, tomorrow I have a business meeting in Cape Town. I'll be attending to something of great interest to me to see if I'm going to take up this offer. And then I will be interviewing Dr. Corné Mulder, the longest serving member of the South African Parliament. Yep, the only one left from the pre-1994 Parliament. He's now the leader of Freedom Front Plus, and I will see him tomorrow in Cape Town. Yep, so after that, I'm not sure what happens after that. Maybe I'll catch my breath. Some fried rice, Benito, you should tell me where I can come drop it off for you. That's okay, Daniel. I'm good. I already ate. More super chats unless you stay until after 18 May. Huh? No, I'm not going to be staying after 18 May. You want a prize? East Coast Radio. You want a prize from East Coast? Are you serious, Liz? How cool is that? That is super cool. GB? And Simon wants to know if any updates to the numbers. No, I answered that already, okay? It was on Business News this morning. What was on there, Steve? When you be in Eastern Cape? I will be in PE from the 1st until the 3rd of May. Quinn says, my stream is hard to find. Yes, because YouTube is hiding it. That's how shadow banning works. But despite YouTube's shadow banning, we still have managed to get, how many people here in the stream right now? 522 people currently here. Be sure to hit the like button, folks. Only 415 likes. That's just disheartening. Come on. We picked up I think we gained more subscribers here. 46 when we started. 47. One subscriber. Woo! That's exciting. Anyway, so yeah. Okay, hang on a second here. Oh, my chat jumped ahead on me there. Sorry about that. All right, and that's where I was at. Yanni Theron says, our colonel's coming to Pretoria for an interview. South, yeah, I don't know about that, but I will be coming Pretoria. Alta, 35 Rand super chat, but you took your message back. Thank you, Alta. Stream's hard to find lately. It is. It's all gone very quiet. What has gone very quiet? The Reach Out Eastern Cape government. Well, Francois retracted his message. Okay. Kevin Ziller, can you get prepaid credit card, bank card at most banks? No, you don't get prepaid credit card at banks. You can typically get that from Walmart or somewhere like that. Ford announced only in April 25 that Ford's Pretoria plant is only one in the world building the new. Wonder how will the new tariffs affect this? Well, 25%, 25%, 25%. I have to go to ground. People are negative because they say the devil, you know. Huh? Tembe Similani. I haven't seen that story. I also noticed the food prices spiking. Yeah, things have gone up a little bit. Yeah, we all got flack for our interest. Then just don't tell anybody. That's what I've said all along. You shouldn't tell people. Is my thing frozen? Oh, come on. No, it's not frozen. Just don't talk to people about it. You know, it's nobody's business, you know? Again, folks, this stream, you're about 25 to 40 seconds behind me. For some reason, there's a long delay on this. Just swipe the American Express card. No foreign bank fees. Exchange rates will hook you up by pay time. Okay. Exactly, Helena. Don't tell anybody about it. And that's fine. That's your prerogative. My wife and I got silent because people are telling us we're crazy. We want to go. It's better for us to go. Our friends want us to stay and fight for what? Exactly. And I mean, I'm not promoting you to go or to stay, but it's a private decision. Keep it yourself. Other people, it's not their damn business. They don't need to horn in on your situation. Ron got a lump of coal. East London, Mercedes pulls out of Cape is gone. Yep. Arctic probably will be in the USA before me, but then he's a permanent resident. So, Chris, I'm still inviting myself for a bride. Are you now? Lorette says, I think there was too many South Africans out there who only knows the fake stuff. Exactly, Lorette. That's part of the problem. So what's going to happen is if and when the program actually starts, a bunch of people are going to go to the States, and these other people are going to be left back here, and they're like, oh, wait a second. Oh, you're not intense? You're not starving? You have a job already? You're making $100,000 a year? What? Where are you living? In Florida? Oh, my gosh. Oh, but I didn't apply. Purebred Africana is looking for a wife. Cook clean, smile a lot, and only full of cock on Tuesday. So there you go. So HH is looking for a husband. All right. Well, Francois, yeah, it's not only poor Afrikaners. I know that. I've known it from the very beginning. Some very wealthy people are going to take advantage of it. I actually know a couple of people that are pretty well off, and they have been interviewed already. Surprised how many people of other color have asked me whether I'm moving to America. Exactly. Valerie, good point. It'll be $150. Well, I'll tell you what. If I find anybody on my lawn, you better get your ass off my lawn. Heading to Pumalanga. No, it doesn't look that way. Wild Adventures. Caroline says, Chris Ekison Burmaisi. Okay, well, good to know. Okay. How am I doing, Case? I'm okay. I'm doing well, actually, considering. By the way, last night was the best night of sleep I've had, I think, since I was when I was in Betty's Bay. Honestly, it's been over a year since I've had a full night of sleep. I laid my head down last night after the broadcast, and I woke up, I think, the first time at 5 o'clock in the morning, and then went back to sleep. So I got 6 hours of uninterrupted sleep. That's the first time in ages. Numos, this is correct. Many people only hear the ANC party line. People don't even know that President Trump is issued directive. Yeah, that's true. I know. And those who do know about it think that they're FEMA tents. You're along my first stop. Sean Manage, how's it going, man? You want to raise your garden for the chilies and vegetables. Yeah, and then they won't grow anymore and they'll all starve because they're not very bright. Right, back to the news. Floyd Shivambu has been rubbished for his support for Bushiri, that fugitive from justice who fled to the warm heart of Africa. Yep, Floyd Shivambu, Secretary General of Mkoto Sizwe, retweeted footage on Twitter of him attending Easter service at Shepherd Bushiri's church. Bushiri from Malawi is one of Southern Africa's best-known preachers when he was arrested and charged with fraud in 2020. After being released on bail, he fled back to Malawi. South Africa has been trying to extradite him ever since, unsuccessfully. Yep. He's a millionaire who set up churches in several African countries and apparently defrauded people. So there's Alta, Super Chat of 14. Will you be visiting George? Alta, not on this trip, unfortunately. It's just a bridge too far. The next time I'm going to have to focus on like George, Mossel Bay, Mpumalanga, Nelspruit, Polokwane, and Limpopo, and places like that I haven't been able to get to. This trip, I've already done some spots I've never been to. And I will go back to Uppington, which I haven't done since 2022. Senate referred to occasion Trump. What's this? Tents are not used to house refugees. Yeah, no, I believe you had to explain it, but people aren't very bright. I mean, first off, where are the tens of thousands of refugees that are already in America? Where are they living? Are they in tents? Nobody's living in tents. It's nonsense. No. Delta had another plane on fire? Great. No, the only U.S. air carriers that come to South Africa are Delta and United. That's it. For now. One of the workers asked me the other day when I'm leaving so they can get my weapons and Land Cruiser. What else you got here? Okay. You guys are talking, said, Border Mice attention. None of you want a husband. Taking his couch. Well, I have two couches, so you can't have either one. Be lucky you were not in Pearl a month ago. Your aircon would have been on a long time ago. My aircon's on now. It's too warm. Need a song. I'm gonna miss my job. New beginnings. Don't forget Hogsback, presented for Hobbit was born. Arctic is not flying anywhere. So Floyd Chavamba is getting trashed. The game, I saw that Deon Fourie came in the 62nd minute of the Stormers game, and then he left like a few plays later. He's got a serious injury, and it doesn't look good. His career might be over, and this is heartbreaking. Yeah. 38-year-old lasted one pass to play before he was forced off the pitch, suffering yet another setback. So I hope he's okay. It looks like a broken tibia. We haven't scanned or x-rayed him yet, but KK Marabi was out for how long? Close to a year. So you'd have to do the math, and we're probably at a crossroads. Hope that's not the case. Wow. Well, I hope that's not what it is. After a career with only a handful of injuries and none being long-term, this is now the second long-term injury for the Evergreen forward who suffered a serious ACL tear. Boys, this is not good. Deon Fourie is my favorite player right now. It so sucks to see him go out with that injury. I don't even know why they brought him in the 62nd minute. It made no sense to me. Eric is here. Erica gave us 70 Rand. Super sticker. Thank you, Erica. Saw that We Buy Cars out again today. We have refugees for sale. Refugees. How long was your flight here, and was it direct? Curious how long. Jason Barnard, it's a 14-hour flight from Dulles. And going back, it's a longer flight because you're into the headwinds. But yeah, I've done it. It's been 17 hours from Joburg to Atlanta before. It's crazy. Yep. Pick us up with a plane to go meet the colonel. Mia Maria wants to know, how are the chips? Martini Henry, I've not eaten them because I just ate my Indian dinner. I had chicken madras and some chicken tikka tonight, and it filled me up. So I haven't eaten any crisp yet. But thank you, and tell them it was a pleasure meeting them. Nice little young ladies. Nice to meet them. And so thank you for coming. I enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. And you didn't overstay your welcome. You seem to feel you overstayed your welcome. You did not. 17 hours nonstop with a screaming child. It's not pleasant, Holden. I've been on planes with screaming kids for that long. Yep. Trump's refugee suspension starting January 27th. Is it safe to say the news should break soon? There's program. No? Okay, well, see, this is, okay, Rita, are you still here? Rita, are you still here, Rita? Rita, are you still here? This is why I said what I said earlier. Those who were here about 50 minutes ago know exactly what's going to come next. All right, Eric G. and everybody in earshot. The January 20th executive order, when Trump suspended the refugee program, has nothing to do with the February 7th executive order, which overrides it for a group of people in South Africa. The January 20th order stopped the program globally because of widespread fraud by the Biden regime, not properly vetting people coming in here. So he froze it to evaluate where the fraud was occurring and how many people were coming here illegitimately. Not here, but there. I'm in South Africa now, but to the States. The February 7th executive order overrode that for South Africa as soon as the State Department and Department of Homeland Security established the program. So they have nothing to do with it. It's like, apples and tangerines. They're not the same thing. You don't need one or the other, okay? You don't need both. It's one or the other. So get that out of your head. Doesn't matter. If I was running the State Department, this would have been done 2 months ago. And there'd already be people headed to the States. But I'm not running State Department. So, Erica, I'm not discussing where I'm flying back to from. Why are you asking me that question on a chat? You know the threats to my life. That's not an appropriate question to be asking. Why would you ask that question? Yes, I saw the photo of the banner. Vera Saunders is from KC. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it, Vera. You're welcome, Eric. Yeah, no, they have nothing to do with each other. I understand a lot of you have been getting fake news, and some of you are new to this program. We only get the truth. I will lay it out for you. It's not rocket science, but I mean, I do have the advantage of experience in this field and having worked in multiple embassies, and I've served the U.S. government for decades, so I can share my experience with you. You're welcome, Eric. And Pat says, can't believe I was patient. Well, Pat, to be fair, the people just pop on here for the first time, or they're just popping in late. They don't know what was said before. So, I mean, yeah, you're right. I do have a lot of patience, but sometimes I have enough, but you have enough of. Arctic wouldn't survive 16 hours on a plane, asking the same question over and over again. On the plane, I wouldn't tolerate this on a flight. Yep. What did Jason Barnard say? Thank you for enjoying the program, Vera. Okay. It's okay, Erica. It's okay. Wasn't meant for you. It was meant for everybody. That was a message for everybody. There's a lot of people who come on and post comments. Chris, is it safe for you? Chris, stop. I got enough idiots running around with ideas in their head. I don't need you pointing it out to people. Don't ask where my flights are. Don't ask, if I haven't shared something, don't ask about it, okay? When it comes to travel and when it comes to what's going on. Yes, Martin, the Universal Income Grant public participation window has closed. I mentioned when it opened up a few months ago and suggested everybody go comment, but I haven't covered the story because it hasn't really been talked about since then. If, say, I am accepted, will the USA give me time to sell my property? I don't have an answer on that in YouTube. And most people don't have property to sell. They're sitting in camps in Kenya or in Uganda or in Chad, and they don't get, there's nothing to sell. So I don't know the answer on that. I have no idea what the timelines. It's impossible for me to say. And by the way, if a whole bunch of people are leaving, good luck selling your stuff because it's going to be a fire sale. Ouch. Delta has nice suites, first class tickets. 35,000 Rand? No way. No way. No way. There's no way Delta has a 35,000 Rand first class ticket. That's nonsense. That's what an economy seat costs. I don't know where you're getting your numbers from. Could somebody put the Substack link in here? I don't have it handy. One of the mods. Exactly. It's not $35,000. $7,000 one way for first class. Thank you. It's $14,000. So 35,000, you're smoking crack, buddy, or you mistyped that. Do you think your FG can join the military? Again, goldfishy, a question I've answered 85,000 times. It has nothing to do with refugee status. You can join the U.S. military as a foreign national from abroad. It's just not easy to do, but you can do it. You don't need a military background to join the military. You get a military background from your basic training. Google Flights. I don't know what Google Flights you're using. There's no way. There's no way it's 35,000. My trip here cost me over $2,000, over 40,000 for economy to come here. Well, the zip line had nothing to do with my hip. Wasn't a problem at all. By the way, Barry in Hermanas works at a pharmacy, gave me a prescription for something. He said it helps with the pain, and I don't know if it's psychosomatic, and I just think it's helping, or it's helping. I'm still having a few mobility issues with it, but the pain is largely gone. Anyway, we'll see if it lasts. Masha Chile was shot at. Wow. Okay. Interesting. I didn't see that reported anywhere. George Peterson, I'm not planning on the Free State this trip. I was in Clarence last time. The previous trips, I went to Bloemfontein, but not a plan for it. Miranda, good for me. Oh, yeah, yeah. No, it's not a Voltarian shot. Yes. Plane evacuated, no injuries. Just got to the U.S. a week ago, 33,000. 30,000, how? In economy? In economy? 33,000, that is $1,500. Yeah, that's we can do it, yeah. Drove past my town at Bolt River on your way to Hermanus and back to Cape Town. Sorry I couldn't come to the meet and greet. Caroline, I didn't drive past your town. I was in your town. I stopped in Bolt River. I was in Bolt River. That's where I picked up Jordan, and we went to the game. But I was an hour behind, so I had no time to spare. I only had a minute to pick him up and go. So I had no time to spare because Kewen wanted to meet me at the hotel, and then something else happened. So I lost about an hour, 15 minutes of time. I had flex time, and so I had to get going. So I didn't go past your town. I stopped in your town. I was there. Fake news, okay. Arctic, I know nothing about it. Someone just said it there. Yeah, it's economy. That's what I expected. Your zip line video looked fast, but such a long zip over dry land. Mossel Bay over the ocean is short. It's good when the waves break our cliffs. Yeah, no, Daniel, I've heard that. I didn't know Mossel Bay had that. I was in Mossel Bay. Suppose so. It depends on how soon in advance you book your flight, determine the price. Yes, Little Miss Know-It-All. Oh, my word, you were right here. What? Are you in Boat Revere also? Little Miss Know-It-All? Did you have an opinion on Pope Francis? You're late to the game, R1. Yes, I have an opinion. Good riddance. Usually when people die, I don't say bad things about him, but this is an evil, evil bastard. An evil, evil bastard. And, he will rot in hell. Well, I'll tell you what, ladies. I'll tell you what. Is there somewhere in Boat Revere that one can go? I mean, a cafe or something like that? Is there somewhere like that? I ask because I will consider trying to make a trip there. But you both better come, or I'm not going to ever talk to you again. First class, 140,000 one way. Yeah, it sounds right. Depends on the season. The flights in the USA wintertime are much more expensive than if booked well in advance. Yep. Charmaine, I will be in KwaZulu-Natal on the 27th of April. And I will leave on the 1st. Yeah, on the 1st. Yes, that's expensive. That's why I ride in economy. Nothing in Butt River grows knee high. All right, guys, enough with these refugee questions. Watch the damn videos, okay? It's not too much to ask. Yes, the colonel is now his hero, and he's still in seventh heaven. Are you responding to somebody? Is that about Jordan? I didn't see it on News 24. Missed you in Caledon. Mariska, I was in Caledon, yes, and somebody came to see me at the K3. Yes, mental chewing gum. I had that all lined up to do the news, but we never got to it because I was answering questions. Yeah, Tembisa Hospital was burned down again. Yep, that's not a surprise. Going to the South Coast at all? Liz doesn't look like it. Right. So back to the news. We're really having a hard time getting through the news tonight. So China's warned countries against striking trade deals with the U.S. at their expense. So China is trying to undermine Trump's trade efforts here. China on Monday accused Washington of abusing tariffs and warned countries against striking a broader economic deal with the U.S. at its expense. Well, isn't that funny? Hello, kettle. I'm pot. You're black. You're both black. Yes, the point here is that China is guilty of trade abuse, and they're saying America's guilty of it. It's irony at its highest level. The U.S. has abused tariffs on all trading partners under the banner of so-called equivalence, while also forcing all parties to start so-called reciprocal tariff negotiations with them. Well, the Chinese seem to think that it's perfectly okay for them to cheat us and for them to put artificial barriers in place, and that we have no right to say anything about that. Well, you can shove it, China. I want to sit next to a railway line. America experience what? Yeah. Does the U.S. have something similar? Do we have zip lines like that? I don't know if we do. Mandy, have a good night. Sleep well. They burnt down the hospital because someone's family needs money. Could be. Shunton Shed. All right, Retha, I'll consider coming to Boat Revere, okay? I'll have to figure out how I can fit in. It may not be this week, but on the back end of my trip when I come back, okay? This channel found more on the minute, accurate details on local news reports. William Duckett. Well, you found more on this channel than anything anywhere, even from the U.S. Embassy. The U.S. Embassy took almost 7 weeks to issue frequently asked questions for something that I prepared 3 days after the executive order was filed. My answers were 100% correct, with the exception of one in which they had a slightly different take on it, but my answer is still correct. They just gave a different conclusion. So I gave you answers 7 weeks ahead of the United States government on their program, because that's what intelligence analyst does. Intelligence analyst takes information available, takes background understanding of events and how things work, fills in the information gaps, and then makes a prediction based on the best available information, which is what I did. And I was correct. If you're in the Cape Town this week, would love to meet and thank you for person working over. So Ian YouTube, Ian, I am in Cape Town this week. Tomorrow I'll be in Cape Town proper in the Central Business District. And tomorrow night I'm not sure where I'm going to eat at. I might go to the Coffee Shop Broward tomorrow night. I'm not planning on a meet and greet tomorrow. In fact, I'm not planning another meet and greet this week, except for maybe one at Blauberg on Thursday. So we'll see. Yeah. But yeah, happy to meet folks. Nicholas, good to meet you today. Thanks for the work you do. Nicholas, did I meet you in Feldrift? I'm trying to remember. The surname's throwing me off. Oh, Furry Toes spent birthday in the Karoo. Interesting. Just back. Glad to see you're back safely. Are you in Parle also tomorrow night? No, I'm not in Parle tomorrow night, Daniel. Tomorrow night I'll be probably in Parklands. Yep. Good night, Chuck Boykis. 6 hours off to work. Always great to watch your live channel. Good night to you. Thanks, Chris. Yes, you more ahead in information than others. Yes, that's what I thought in Feldville. Thank you for being there. That was pretty cool. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was nice. We took a nice group photo. I shared that in one of the groups. Hasn't got out everywhere, I don't think, yet. So, oh my goodness. All right, guys, I have to stop what I'm doing because somebody wants some photographs here, okay? I said I'd send it. Oh my goodness. Okay, gosh, some people are antsy here. So let me get rid of that. Okay. Okay, all right. Can you send me the pictures? Hang on a second, folks. Just bear with me for a moment here while I get these pictures. Camera. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to slag on Ronaldo Huss tonight, you know, apparently Ronaldo likes to take dumps on people's front lawns. So you're welcome to slag on Ronaldo Huss tonight. It's feel free. I mean, you know, he's a little turd ball. For those who don't know, that little turd ball. Before you all leave and go away for the night, just remember Ronaldo Huss is a little turd ball. He's got a potty mouth and he needs to get smacked. So when I get to PE, he'll be getting Blixen. He'll be getting a PK. Yeah, no, Steve, I'm not nearly as tired tonight as I was yesterday. Remember, yesterday was a long day. I started in Cape Town, meet and greet, all the way up to Church Haven, long drive, over to Longabond, meet and greet, and get back to Lake. Yes, I know he's talking cock, Artie, because he thinks I wasn't there. He thinks I wasn't there. He thinks he can talk shit and get away with it. Yep. No, I know what he said. I heard him. A little taking a dump and klepto. Yeah, no, the klepto is Ronaldo, who steals my ideas. He steals my ideas for videos. He steals the phrases I come up with and claims them as his own. Yep, nope. I will PK him right upside the head. Mama said, knock him out. Yeah, I told him he will meet your army and tell buddies and start training. Yeah, exactly. Getting to bed now, okay. And born my sister, she's cold, okay. Hot full bikers. Lately, podcast news are more reliable than big corporations. Just my opinion. I told Mulder my podcast my video cast has been more reliable all along. Yes, Ronaldo is a klepto. He steals my ideas. He steals my video ideas. He steals my analysis and claims that as his own. Yep. Hey, Chris Ehlers, how's it going? Yes, Caroline, I know you gave the number to him, but I somehow, because you keep sending me messages about things and telling me this, that, and the other, the boat revere, I know you mentioned, but it didn't dawn in my head. But even if it dawned in my head, it wouldn't have mattered because I didn't have time. I came there, I picked up Jordan, and we had to hit the road. Yeah, and then the stupid GPS, I mean, I knew the way back out, which was shorter, and I followed the GPS, went through the freaking informal settlement, through the Washboard Road to get up the other side of Boat Revere. So that kind of sucked. Excuse me. Ooh, boy, that's painful. Yes, of course it's unlimited mileage. I only rent cars with unlimited mileage. Yep. Well. Only get rental cars with unlimited mileage. All right, so, yep. Thank you, Val. You will be in Parkland's table view. That will be my air current. I'll agree with you about the Pope. Be had trouble with Trump. We have be had trouble with everybody, every normal person who's just an evil bastard. Yes, Parkland's. I'll be in that area. Clap, hope, That is a mouthful, Anna Marie Nell. Hey, Anna Marie Nell, what's going on? Yes, Ronaldo is the klepto. That's your favorite car, the Mitsubishi? I don't know if it's my favorite car, but I'm liking it. It's a lovely car. What size golf shirt do you wear? Well, Chris, it's been a while. I'm going to guess it's a XX large. I mean, the only safety advice I can offer, probably most dangerous and healthy, is to watch out for the craters and the craters. Oh, yeah. Barbie! I'm a Barbie girl in the Barbie world. Life in plastic. It's fantastic. You can dress me, undress me everywhere. Come on, Barbie. Let's go party, huh? So, the U.S. plans to cut diplomatic presence in Africa and eliminate climate change offices. Yay! So, Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the New York Times first reported the existence of a draft order had fallen victim to another hoax. This is fake news, Rubio said. But a copy of the draft executive order viewed by AFP calls for full structural reorganization of the State Department by October 1st. It's a streamlined mission delivery and project American strength abroad, cut waste, fraud, and abuse. Biggest challenge would be organizing U.S. diplomatic efforts in 4 regions: Eurasia, Middle East, Latin America, and Asia Pacific. So where's Africa? The current Africa Bureau would be eliminated. In its place would be the Special Envoy Office for African Affairs. What? No. That's insane. All non-essential embassies, consulates, sub-Saharan Africa will be closed. What? This is crazy. Huh. That doesn't make any sense. A special envoy for Africa doesn't make any sense. So, the top 10 African countries with the highest coal reserves this year. You guys ready for this? Who do you think has the most coal reserves in all of Africa? Take a guess. Take a guess who has the most coal reserves in Africa. Anybody want to guess? Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Who do you think it is, guys? What town is falling apart? Joe Barry might have missed it if you reported, but what's the story of a hardened criminal they caught in America? I don't know who you're talking about. What's this? Can I say what? Can you say Fayaz Dag Patiki? Patiki. Yeah. Fayaz Dag Patiki goldfishing. Signal lost, clock in again. Hope it did not miss anything. Well, my signal's been poor here, but it looks like it worked out. Why would Trump want to go to Pope's funeral? Exactly. But it's a requirement. We have to send somebody. Try sneezing with 3 cracked ribs. That would be terrible, Yanni. I wouldn't want to do that. Unit commemorative shirt, Chris. So that's nice of you. I have a 6-1 battalion cap now. That was really nice of them. Congo. Shutting down Botswana. That's crazy. South Africa is number 1. No, it's not Botswana. Good guesses, though, guys. Good guesses. Okay, so I'll run them through you now. Number 1, South Africa with the highest coal reserves, 9,893,000,000 cubic meters, ranked 12th in the world. Then comes Nigeria. I didn't know Nigeria had that much coal, to be honest. They're 32nd in the world. Mozambique is 3rd. Botswana is 4th. They're 34th in the world, 1,660,000,000 cubic meters. Tanzania comes 5th. Then the Congo, then Zambia, Uganda, Zimbabwe, and Namibia. I'm surprised Uganda and Nigeria surprised me. The rest of them, I'm not surprised. It's a lot of coal. A lot of coal. Well, Kinshasa is unhappy about Trump's claims. Residents of the DRC's capital, Kinshasa, reacted to comments made by Trump about foreign migrants last week. One Kinshasa resident, Jonathan Bawolo, responded to Trump by saying, "We are a country that is so rich that we're not selfish, and we don't harass foreigners in the streets to ask for their identity papers." Well, asswipe, we don't do it either. We don't ask for people identity papers in the streets, and you little bigots and racists don't know what you're talking about. Wow, that just went by fast. What's going on with the chat? It's zoomed up here. Okay. Port Elizabeth meet and greet would be far better at Port Elizabeth Deep Sea Angling Club. Well, Yellow Tapper, it will be at Tapas. Any Pedro's U.S. is moving into the Congo. No, we're not. Yes, we are the Saudi Arabia of coal. We're also the Saudi Arabia of oil, too. We have the world's largest oil reserves, largest coal reserves. Yep. Good night, it's Marty Kruger. Thank you for being here. We can have load shedding with that much coal because we have corrupt politicians. 10 years, and most of our international workers in Mozambique. Okay. Hey, Chaos Juggler, welcome. What's going on there? Yes, G-Man, I've got to put that up. Rob herself is looking tired. It's getting too much. I saw Rob yesterday. He didn't look tired at all. In fact, let me find a picture of Rob and I from yesterday. He looked pretty refreshed to me yesterday. Okay, where's Rob at from yesterday? Okay. The meet and greet in Felladrift. Okay, where's Rob at? So there's Rob and I yesterday, Church Haven. He looks pretty refreshed to me. He doesn't look tired there. Look at that. Rob looks pretty good to me yesterday. Did Rob offer me a great investment opportunity or just sell you an airport in Durbanville? Neither. Neither one. He offered me Easter Sunday with his family and friends, and it was lovely. I really enjoyed it. Yes, Maze, agree. It was well intentioned, but it ought to say I'm with the dingbat doorknob, not I'm the not dingbat doorknob. Would need to mail your gift. Loretta, I don't know where you're at. If I come by, you can hand me a gift. Thank you. Rob is full of life trouble. Is getting a hold of him. That must be the light of your Rob studio. I don't know. Holden Caulfield's back. Welcome. What's going on? I told you before, we know Chris is Rob Herstoff's inside man. Really? Really? Anyway, I don't know what that means. Yeah, so let me see if I got that is a great photograph. Yep. That's a great photograph. So the Congo has suspended former President Kabila's political party. Wow. Democratic Republic of Congo suspended former President Joseph Kabila's political party and ordered his assets seized over accusations of supporting Rwandan-backed rebels' needs. The 53-year-old, who ruled from 2001 to 2019, only sidestepped after the protest against him, said he wants to return to help seek a solution to the war. Wow, but they've banned his political party now. So the Pope is gone, and the Congo is going crazy. There you go, folks. Don't know what to tell you. So let me go to News 24 where people said that story was and see if it shows up now. Suffered a stroke and cardiac arrest. I don't see that other story people were talking about. So let me look here. Go South African News. Okay. Second suspect arrested for the murder of the taxi boss at Limburg's Magistrates Court. Wow. That's crazy. All right. Easter weekend death toll reaches 26. Hundreds arrested for drunk driving. Jeez. A tavern owner was arrested after allegedly shooting a patron accused of having an affair with his wife. Good God. Too many crickets. A lot of people arrested for drink driving. Why are you doing that, man? Why would you do that? Nothing is worth that sort of thing. You can kill somebody. Dance them out. Enjoy the rest of your time in Cape Town. Keep your windows up. Yeah, exactly. Good intel, man, like Chris is here to do good intel for our benefit. All right, off the bed, says Herman. If you're enjoying your stay, says Jaden. I'm trying. Don't worry, the send that friend to DRC. Be very, very worried. NDK, they'll kill each other for a little reason. Nice having you in our corner and like it when you can talk about current self affairs. Yeah, thank you, Andre Meyer. It's my pleasure. I've got to publish a video tonight. I think you'll like the background here. I'll give you a little taste of what's this. What's this? We're back in business. What's this? Oh, canteen cards. Okay. So, okay, cool. We got our cards. Anyway, let me show you the video that I was made earlier. So I'll give you a little taste of it. It's a pretty cool background. Greetings from Pearl, folks. Nant. Let's see, Li Jiang. How you doing out there, folks? Listen, I read a news report in Business Tech that's echoing a story reported in the Sunday Times that Cyril Ramaphosa is purportedly considering picking one of 4 white Afrikaners to be the next ambassador to the United States. So that video will be coming out tonight. I'm sorry, 1 you can't afford to go to Easter holiday. Yeah, sim experience. Well, I get you avoiding, but I beat the Easter rush by going to Hermanus on Thursday. And then I came back on Saturday before everybody else came back. Then I went north when everybody else was already north and they were coming south. So I planned my trip perfectly as far as that. Yeah, it's always been deadly in South Africa. It's been getting much worse. Very pretty flowers. Yeah, they're gorgeous. Yeah, I think you'll like the video. So I talk about the foolhardiness of Ramaphosa wanting to have a white Afrikaans ambassador. Yeah. Anyway, so we've been at this for an hour and a half. Wow. This has gone very fast tonight, hasn't it? It's 10:30 and a lot of people here. We're down to 336 people. So often, yeah, everybody's going to bed. I got to wrap up. What's this? When you're boat revere. Okay. All right. Soon the heavy drinking, driving is because so many drink themselves silly, forget numbing issues. Could be. It's going to be my next question. I'll pose sending one off kind of for now. Yes, Anne-Marie. No, I made a video on it earlier when I had the sunlight and the mountains behind me there. And so I'm going to put that together now and then publish it. Okay. Thank you, Johan Barkhuizen. Good to see you again. All right. Y'all take care. Have a good night. And what shall we leave you with tonight? What shall we leave you with tonight? I think we'll just wrap it up. Okay. That makes the most sense. Yeah, instead of playing another song. Just wrap it up, okay? Close that. Where's my closing? Oh, there it is. Okay, guys, have a good night. Thanks for being here. Cheers.